Hey, welcome to On the Porch. I'm Todd and joined, as always, by my friend Ken. Ken, how's it going?
Man, it's going pretty good.
Well,
Everything
good.
had a pretty good day today.
Well, good. Good. That's great to hear. We already have Holly in the chat. Thanks for being here. It's good looking. It's good looking profile pictures you got there, Ken.
How about that, man? Look at that.
Yeah. Look at
Yeah.
that. So,
Who
and
is
then
that?
yeah, we got Arnie and Doug. So,
Hey,
hey,
guys.
howdy, hey
How
guys.
y'all doing tonight?
So good to have you
Yeah.
here. So, man, this is plenty of the show where I normally come up with some off the wall topic to give you, but I'm just flat out today.
Well, I tell you what, I'll take the bull by the horns on this one.
Okay.
And, and this is the difference in the kind of stuff we read and look at, man. You come up with all this very high intellect quotes and all this kind of stuff that you throw on me, and I have to comment on it. But man, I'm reading a book right now, Scotty and Elvis,
Uh-huh.
about Scotty Moore and Elvis Presley, like the early days.
Mm-hmm.
And I found out something that's very important information,
Oh yeah.
that Piggly Wiggly was the first grocery store chain in the whole United States.
Really?
Yeah, it sure was.
That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
so,
I'm glad it's Piggly Wiggly. I always root for them guys. I love
yeah.
it.
Yeah, because I remember whenever my cousins in West Tennessee they were
Uh-huh.
real young, and they're like 15, 16, they were already working.
Yeah.
And one of them worked in a Piggly Wiggly.
Yeah.
I was from Nashville, and I was like, man, I never heard of Piggly Wiggly in my life, but it makes sense because it started out there. So, anyways,
Yeah.
that's just some more useless information. Probably some game, information you could use on a game show or something.
Last I knew, there's still a Piggly Wiggly down in Sykeston. There used to be one up in Cape Girardeau. No more. But last I knew, there's still one in Sykeston. They joined or merged or something with the company Food Giant. And
Okay.
Food Giant owned several brands of stores. And I think all the Piggly Wigglies around here have been rebranded as Food Giants, but they own, I forget. There's several stores you would know from their corporate offices and stuff. So,
what is it Doug said?
Doug said they created the modern shopping cart. That's a buggy. Can't for you. How to do some.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
In the South, Doug, they call them buggies.
Yeah. So had to do some translation there. So, but
oh well.
Yeah, that's wonderful too. I was at Menards the other day, and they got those little half shopping carts. Those things are nice because it's like you go in to get something, but you need a shopping cart. And I hate the baskets. I hate carrying the baskets around.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't need a big shopping cart. Those little half shopping carts, that's where it's at.
Yeah, because you're not pushing a great big old buggy around.
Right.
Yeah, those are pretty cool.
Yeah.
And like go to Walmart, if you got to go to the back of the store, you're carrying that basket all the way back there. Then it gets heavy by the time you're walking around.
Yes.
I wish Walmart had those. That's about the only store we got up here, man, is Walmart.
Yeah. Our Walmart got these new carts that have like a real high seat for the kids. It's like a lot higher than the handle's a lot higher, and then it's got cup holders in it and all this stuff. Pretty neat. So,
yeah.
Been a while since I had a kid sit in a shopping cart like that, though.
Yeah. Man, it's foggy. I walked from the house out here to the studio, and just a few minutes ago, and it rained earlier today, and the temperature dropped. It's 73 or 71 or something here now. Man, it's so foggy we can't even see across the lake right now.
Oh my goodness, Holly! I always whack my shins on the half shopping carts. Oh
man, how about those great big long ones where 2 or 3 can ride in them?
Oh yeah, yes, like or the ones that got like the plastic car in the front where you put the kid and they can act like they're driving. Yeah. So
every time I see one, it reminds me. Have you ever seen where they have like an outhouse race?
Yes.
Where they'll put an outhouse on some sort of a bicycle or some kind of cart or something and race downhill. I love those things. I know they're corny, but I
Oh,
love
yeah.
them, man.
That's fun. It's fun. It's like
Love
those
watching that
soapbox races and stuff like that. So,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's always fun.
So what's been up, man?
Lawnmower races are fun too. Those guys get serious.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched lawnmower races?
No, I never watched
Yeah, they take the Mordex off and then it's basically like a dirt track and they just do laps and they keep tools on the lawnmower, and if it breaks down, they can fix it, but they can be the only one that fixes it.
Well, I'd be screwed, man, because I can't fix a lawnmower.
Me too. I would be too. But yeah,
Need
some
Alex.
of them get going pretty good.
Need Alex in my pit crew if I was going to be doing that.
Oh yeah, he'll get going for you. He'll get going for you. So
man, I enjoyed talking to him when y'all was up here.
Yeah, he's not at a loss for words. I'll tell you that.
Man, he certainly is not.
Yeah.
But the way you are with computers and technology and stuff, that's the way he is with, mechanically.
Yeah.
Mechanical stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
He knows all that stuff about it.
He's good. He's good. He's into that stuff, and he's really into guns, and been kicking around the idea of becoming a gunsmith. So yeah, which I kind of hope he goes that direction. I think he'd enjoy it.
He'd be good at it, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely would. So yeah.
Man, anything going on with you this week? Do you
just lots of work. Did some piddling around the house today. We got one post on our front porch that the caulking it's just a decorative post, and it doesn't hold anything up, but some of the caulking kind of gave up on it, and so I decided to get that repaired, because when we got home the wind was blowing it and it was just hanging all the way off the porch, just holding on by the top, and so I was able to piece some things together to get it secured good enough, for now. So, but no, I haven't really done a whole lot this week that I can think of other than work.
Yeah. Well, we just got back. We went over, you met Jeff and Susan.
Yeah.
At the 127. We just got back just a few minutes ago. We went out to they have a little farm out there out in the country, and they got chickens and all kinds of stuff out there. And, and we went out there. They asked us to come out and eat supper, and they had chicken and fresh squash and chickpeas, and Mary made some kind of crawfish, or not crawfish, but shrimp etouffee. She took out there, sat outside. It was nice, man.
Yeah.
Man. Let me tell you what he did. They grow a lot of their own food out there. They got potatoes, and he took Jeff is not from the South. He's not from the South, but he took a freezer, one of those floor freezers.
Yeah.
That he got from an appliance store out here, and recycled it. And he dug a hose. He has a tractor out there with the backhoe on it, and he dug it and put it in the ground so they can put their potatoes in it this winter.
Really?
Like a root cellar.
Huh.
Yeah, because they got plenty of land out there. You can put it out back, and they put all the potatoes. He said they put them in these bags. They have long strings on it, so when you reach down to open the door, the string is on a hook. On the bottom side of the door. When you raise it up, you just grab the string, pull it up, so you're not getting down.
Yeah.
But anyway, so they have fresh potatoes all winter, I guess.
Oh wow, that's awesome. That's a great idea.
Putting the freezer in the ground, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never would have thought of that.
Yeah, that was a great idea. I remember I didn't put a freezer in the ground, but I remember we had a party at the first house I ever owned. Had a big party there, and the house was built in like the 40s, so like the kitchen was an add-on to the back porch because they didn't really have plumbing and stuff then. And so the washer and dryer were right there in the kitchen. So what I did was I filled up the wash machine with ice, and we used that for our drinks. Put our soda cans in, and then that way when the ice melted, it just went down the drain. So
that's a good idea.
Everybody's like, "What? The sodas are in the wash machine? Like, yep. So, yeah. But yeah,
Well,
Jeff told me next time I come out, he's going to have us over for supper. So I'm telling him I'm going to hold him to that.
yeah, yeah, man. I love going out there. They have two of these Great Pyrenees, those big white guard dogs.
Oh yeah,
it's amazing what they do, man. They got chickens running around and they don't bother the chickens. And they guard the property. And how those dogs, it's just bred in them to guard the property and the people that live there.
Yeah,
it's crazy but they're big, beautiful dogs.
Yeah,
one of them's huge.
Yeah, they're monsters. Are they Badger Great Pyrenees? Do they have gray up by the ears, or are they all solid white?
No, just solid white.
Yeah. I had a friend of mine had his house broke into years ago, and he ended up getting a Great Pyrenees to keep inside. It was a good dog.
Yeah,
a little big, but good.
So, yeah. Well, they have two of them. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. So, in fact, my buddy Mike, his Great Pyrenees ate a whole frozen ham. He set a ham out to de-thaw while they went to work and come home, and it was gone.
Well, I guess that'll learn him, darn him.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're like eyeball height to the cabinet. It's not like he had to really stretch to get it or anything.
Yeah. Well, man, I hadn't. I'm trying to think. Man, this week's been kind of a slow week.
Yeah.
So
Because you drove all the way to West Virginia for a root beer float.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I went and did that. That was pretty cool. Oh, something I was going to tell you is, last week's show, there was a huge miscommunication on my part.
Oh, yeah?
The first 3 or 4 minutes. You remember that?
Yeah.
And I was listening to it that night, the replay. When I was laying in the bed going to sleep, I was listening to it because, we couldn't, because you thought you said, washing the siding on the house or the vinyl on the house. Already been through that. My mind just jumped to vinyl records, vinyl albums. And sure enough, you did say vinyl on the house. You probably said it twice, I think. And I was just laughing away. Mary was like, "What are you laughing at?" So I had to let her listen to it. But yeah, so just clear that up, man. I had a, I don't know, senior moment, I guess, funny. Maybe. I don't know.
That was funny.
Was.
Holly's wanting to know, how was the meteor shower?
Oh, the meteor shower is great. Yeah, we did that. Yeah, we went out there. We were thinking we were going to be the only ones probably out there. And we rolled in there, man. The parking lot was full.
Oh my goodness.
Full of people. But yeah, we only stayed till about 12:30. We got there at 10, about 12:30 probably. We saw 31 meteors.
Wow. That's
but
awesome.
that was before like 4 a.m. was supposed to be the peak. They said you could probably see 100 in an hour, which I don't know, maybe you could, but man, we saw some amazing ones.
Yeah.
There was one of the last ones that we saw right when we were packing up, came across the sky, and it just kind of jiggled as it was coming across.
Yeah.
It's almost like some of the meteors would come across, and see, how can I describe it? So if you had a Sharpie and you had the fine tip, some of them would come across and look like that. And I suppose they were the ones that were the farthest away. And then some would be like the size of the medium point, the medium tip Sharpie. And they'd come across, and then some was like you had the big, the big construction markers, the Sharpies, the big old fat.
Marks a lot.
Yeah. And they'd come across there, and I guess they were closer.
Yeah.
But it was pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, now that we've done that a time or two, we're going to start watching out for different things to go out there.
You didn't catch one? You didn't catch one?
No, I didn't catch one.
Yeah.
But it was pretty cool, man. There was people down by the road playing music, acoustic guitars and singing. I don't know what they were doing, but I guess they didn't want to come up here where everybody else was.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds like a lot of fun. So I know when you just see like a falling star or whatever, it's always just kind of catches off guard, and it's so fast. You can't let anybody
Yeah.
else know, you know.
Yeah. And it was funny because Mary, she didn't realize she was doing it, but every time one would come by, she would go, shoo, like point at it and say, shoo, 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 you know. And I was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
She said, "What?" She didn't realize she was making a noise, you know, because they would just shoot right across. It was cool, man.
Yeah. That
It was
is
pretty
wonderful.
cool.
That is wonderful. So,
But man, I started. I sent you some pictures.
oh yeah, yeah. You
I
want to?
started. You know, I finally got in the right spot, frame of mind. I'm gonna start trying to play some instruments again.
Yeah.
You know, because I hadn't really done anything since I moved up here to Jamestown, and
Right.
I have a pedal steel guitar, and I was taking lessons when I was back in Nashville. But that one right there, I'm gonna simplify it, man. That's a 1957 Fender, just a lap steel guitar with just 6 strings. My pedal steel had 10 strings on it, but so I'm just gonna roll with that right there. And man, I bought that guitar right there from Nashville, but before it got flooded with everybody in the country.
Yeah.
You know, and all the prices, everything went up. There was a couple guitar shops around town that was really cool. They'd have a lot of old guitars, musical instruments at a pretty fair price.
Yeah.
You know, and that's where I got that one.
Yeah. Is that tuned the same way as a regular guitar?
Now, man, you can tune them any way you want.
Yeah.
That one's tuned to a C6 because that's what a lot of the old country stuff and still like Alan Jackson and
so
old Hank Williams and stuff.
Yeah. So it's tuned open then, so then that way you can each fret's a different chord then with all the
yes. But you can do open like open G or open D. You know, you can tune them like that.
Yeah.
But you can tune them any way you want, and it's just, of course, different size, different gauge strings for different tunings.
Yeah.
But that's pretty cool, man. It's
yeah.
It's in good shape for being 1957.
Yeah. Well, I guess you'll be playing us some Christmas tunes here in a few months on it.
No, I don't know about that, man. It sounds like cats scratching on a chalkboard. But
I will take it.
Pedal steel is hard. I mean, that's not a pedal steel, but just a steel. It's harder than you think.
Yeah.
To actually get good tune, good sound out of it.
Yeah.
And,
well, I'm sure you're wonderful. I know how hard you are on yourself, so I'm sure it sounds wonderful. So.
Yeah. But I'm gonna. Man, it was so cool living in Nashville, dude. I took lessons, on the pedal steel when I was there. Took it from Alan Jackson's steel player.
Yeah.
He lived about 2 miles from me.
Oh, that's cool.
And somebody told me about him, and he was taking lessons, and I called him, and sure enough, man, nicest guy in the world. And,
really?
Yep. And so when he was in town, I'd go over and take lessons from him.
Oh, that's
cool. Really cool.
That's cool. You got that.
And then, but then there's not up here, so I'm gonna be doing some online stuff up here. There's my amp I'm gonna play it through. I got another one, but that one, dude, that one was one I picked up. I think Grace, not Grace Slick, but Jefferson Airplane probably used that one at Woodstock.
Oh yeah,
back there.
Yeah,
it's a whole.
Say, that old Fender.
Yeah, yeah, it's an old amp.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm gonna play it through.
Yeah, that's cool. It's I'm sure that sounds great.
Yeah, well, it will. Hopefully,
in
a couple months. After I kind of get back in the swing of things.
Yeah, is that a tube amp or solid state?
It's a tube amp.
Tube. Oh yeah, that's gonna sound wonderful.
Yeah, and got several others, but that was like the smallest ones.
Yeah,
fitting here in the studio.
Yeah, but it's probably really loud.
Oh, it can be. If you turn it up,
Yeah,
it can be.
Yeah. Arnie and Doug think they've seen that amp before on a show that they went to see in the.
You probably have, man. Out there, some of those hippie fest out there in California.
Yeah. So, saw it on a VW bus on the way by.
That's what I was saying. Grace Slick, man, she probably sang through that amp at one time.
Probably so.
Who knows about it?
Yeah, probably so. Yeah, but that'd be cool. That's always good. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna start getting back into that. So it's winter. Winter's a lot of darkness out. So give me something fun to do at night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Practice at night.
Till Mary comes and throws stuff at you.
Yeah. Probably won't be very long, man.
You tell her you could take up the drums. You could always take up the drums.
Yeah. No, not me. Yeah, there you go. Bunch of hippies at Berkeley.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But man, that's about all I'm trying to think if I've done anything else this week.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been trying to think too, man. We have been quite uneventful this week. So it's just been, with work. I say this jokingly, but I kind of don't joke. It's like, if you want to order something or send somebody something for Christmas, go ahead and order it and send it now, because I just don't know what this holiday season is going to be like for the post office and everybody else. It is absolutely bonkers already. And so they've, just pretty much every day I work, it's full 12 hours and lucky to get everything done we're supposed to, but
yeah. Well, man, I'm going to go back to West Virginia again.
Oh yeah.
Dingus, West Virginia.
Yeah.
And,
we're watching you become a mountaineer. You'll turn from a volunteer to a mountaineer.
No, football season's getting ready to break loose, man. The Vols are going to do it this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, guy that I met him online, kind of like I did with you, but we hadn't talked as much because he's had stuff going on and me too. But he's got a podcast called the Old Soul Radio Show. And his name is W.B. Walker. And if you think that I even sound Southern at all, I sound like I come from Jersey compared to him, man. And he was a train conductor for a long time. And but anyways, he's got this barn out behind his house, and he has a passion for music, and he just started seeking out, I guess, mainly country and Americana singers that aren't popular, but they're really good. And it's the kind of music that I told you that I like, the kind of the raw, unpolished guys that are just really good and they write songs, from their heart.
Right.
But anyways, so I listened to the Old Soul radio show, and it's pretty cool, man. You have to listen to it. One of their episodes, I mean, it's not G-rated. All right. So our show's pretty G-rated.
Yeah.
So it's not something you want to listen to with your kids. But man, it's so cool the way it starts out. You have to listen to it because it has a radio that's kind of got static. It sounds like you're like, man, is there something wrong? And then if you just keep listening, it's all part of the show, And but he does some, what it come down to was he would have the guys. When he first started, he was just playing albums and stuff, and then as it kind of evolved, he started having the guys come there to. He says it was called W.B. Walker's Bar and Grill. That's what he called it, but it was just a barn, and that he fixed up on the inside. It's really cool on the inside. All kinds of old signs and posters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they would come there and he would record them inside their conversation, and they'd play songs, just acoustic guitar, just the two of them, or the three, however many he had there. And that's his podcast. They're usually about an hour a piece. Some of them a little shorter. But I started listening to those, and man, I've learned of so many artists through that show and through him that it's broadened my, I don't know, just the people that I listen to. I mean, I found people that I would never have found if it wasn't for him in that show.
That's cool.
And so I'd highly recommend that anybody, if you like music, if you like that kind of music where it's just good, go there and wherever you listen to podcasts, and it's called W.B. Walker's Old Soul radio show.
Yeah. I'll
And
put a
a
link
good
to
one
that. I'll put a link to that in the show notes and description for everybody.
Yeah. And a good one to start out with, man, he's been doing it for a while too. I don't know how many. He's probably got, I don't know, maybe 350, 400 episodes, but he's been doing it for 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
But the good one to start out with would be go to episode number 183.
Yeah.
And it's where you had a guy come in and they invited some other folks over just to like be the audience. And you'll kind of get a good feel for it. It's like, it's just live, it's raw. It's not going to be the best recording you ever heard as far as mix and all that kind of stuff. But it's just good. It's good music. It's like I was telling you, I used to go to Nashville. I mean, I live in Nashville. I used to go to places and listen to that kind of music.
Right.
That's the kind I like. It's just real. You know, it's not over processed and all that kind of stuff.
So what you're saying is you've been playing steel for a week and you already got a gig booked in West Virginia.
No, not at all, man. Not at all. No. What I'm saying is that I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna do a podcast with him. I've been talking to him for doing it since I first started Faces to Places. And talking back and forth, and then like either he'd have something or I'd have something going on, and so now I'm just gonna load up and go out there, man.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun.
But it's coal mining country in West Virginia, so if you can imagine what that's like. Yeah. Back in the mountains, there's no straight roads anywhere out there. They're all curvy and mountainous.
Yeah, they say that the side by side is really helping the economy there in West Virginia. All the trail riding and stuff. It's kind of helping.
Really?
That lack of coal mining and all that going on. Since that's kind of getting shut down a little bit, and things that the side by side community is really bringing a lot of money in because people put like restaurants and bars like way back in the middle of nowhere that you can only get to it with the side by side, and out there, and so that's
that's really popular up here. I told you, the horseback riding, and the trail riding, it's hugely popular. I mean, people move here from Colorado and out west where I thought the trail riding would be better, but they said it's just gotten too crowded.
Yeah.
So they moved here and bought ranches and they do that. But also, they got a lot of public land out here, Big South Fork National Park and the Pickett State Park. And they had a lot of trail riding out there. Like you're talking about those side by sides.
Yeah.
And people would come up here and camp for the week, and there's cabins all around and campgrounds. It's just like you're talking about. It's just for the side by sides.
Yeah.
But those the side by sides, they kept getting bigger and bigger. Have you ever seen the ones they put the giant tires on?
Yeah. Yeah. Might as well buy a car.
Yes, they're huge, man. So they kept getting bigger and bigger. So they shut it down, man, because they was tearing up the mountains.
Yeah.
They was starting erosion that they couldn't do anything about, and so they shut it down quick. Not quick, but I guess it took a few years.
Yeah.
But once it got to a certain point, they're like, we're thinking about shutting it down, man. It wasn't long, and they closed it off.
Yeah.
Can't go in there anymore.
Yeah, it's amazing what they pay for those things. It's like, I don't know, some of those are more expensive than a car, and it's like you just can't drive it anywhere. Well, this little town I live, if it has like a roll cage and seat belts and stuff, you can drive it on the streets. But it's not like you can take it just wherever you want to. It's a crazy luxury, one of those crazy luxuries, I guess. So
out there remember me telling you about Tay's Grocery?
Oh yeah,
it was out in Wilder.
Oh yeah.
Last time I was out there on the motorcycle, there was about 5 or 6 of those rolled in, and apparently there's some trails out there somewhere. I don't know where out in Wilder, but they just they ride them on the road there to get from the trails to to that little grocery store. It sure did look like they was having a good time. Yeah. And what y'all doing? Y'all dancing?
I don't know. I guess they got something going on upstairs. I'm not sure what that was. But hopefully everybody's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy. I know Holly really would like to get a golf cart for us so that to ride it over my mom and dad's and back,
Yeah.
because they're so close. But she grew up. They had a golf cart, kind of ride around their property and stuff with. But they're kind of a dime a dozen in Southern California because there's so many daggum golf courses. And around here they're expensive because there's not that many daggum golf courses, So it's just not a whole bunch of them around. So
Right.
yeah.
Well, man, we did go out. You're talking about the side by sides. I forgot. We went out. We have some friends that bought some land up here, and we went out to check it out with them. And they had a side by side, and so Michelle was driving, and me and Mary both were up front. So there was 3 of us up front in this thing. And man, let me tell you, my rear is not made to fit in there with 2 others up front.
Yeah.
So it was pretty crowded, but it's amazing those how they can go up hills.
Yeah.
And just crawl over anything, man. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
We were going up some hills, and I'm like, man, I hope she knows what she's doing. Am I looking blurry to you there?
Yeah, it looks like you're kind of getting a little blurry. Something going on in the internet or something.
Yeah, our internet up here, sometime it'll get a lag. I don't know what. Let's see. I bet. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Oh, let me look at it here a second.
Yep.
I think I'm on Wi-Fi instead of the
cable.
All right. If I'm going to turn my Wi-Fi off, if it goes off, then sorry.
Yeah,
I'll be back.
Fine. That's fine. But speaking of those side by sides, might take it a second.
I turned my Wi-Fi off, so it should be on the hardwire.
Yeah. It looks like
it may take it a minute.
Yeah.
It's still looking weird.
So, but
I don't know.
We'll see. Yeah.
There you go. I think it's coming back now.
It's figuring it out. So, yeah.
But yes, so we were out there on that side by side, and Michelle's going up and down the hills and over rocks and stuff, and I'm like, my goodness, it's crazy what those things will go over, and it pulled all 3 of us right up those hills.
Yeah.
And
people that do that rock climbing in their vehicles, to me, that's just absolute. I mean, I get it. I get the thrill, but it's ridiculous. Some of them people go up almost straight cliff sides, It's like, how in the world?
Yeah, what does that cost, man?
Yeah, because you're going to be breaking stuff all the time. But yeah, there used to be this show called Truck Night in America. It came on A&E or History, I can't remember which. And I think it was like only a couple of seasons, and we used to watch it all the time because boys were younger and they really liked it. It was pretty cool. And these people would have their different like mud trucks and rock climbing trucks, and they would compete in all these different events with their trucks and get eliminated and stuff till there was one. And there was one guy, he had a truck called the farm truck, and it was just, I think it was just some old Chevy, but he had ag tires on it, the big tires with like the big V's, not special like mud treads or anything like that. And he ended up setting a record for the whole show for everything, with and like the last thing's this big long obstacle course and thick mud and stuff you got to get around. And he like set the record for that stood through the whole life of the show and everything. And they were like, at the beginning, they thought, when we saw those ag tires, we thought this guy ain't gonna last, but it ended up being the right way to go. So, but yeah.
Yeah, man. Whenever I was young enough to really like that kind of stuff, I certainly didn't have the money to be doing it.
Yeah.
Anything like that.
Yeah. I always, I remember wanting to like put in all this like cool stereo equipment in my car I had at the time. I never did. All I did was change out the cassette player with the CD player,
Yeah.
And now I know several people that dropped, I don't know how many thousands of dollars into their stereo systems in their cars and went to like these competitions and stuff. And they all say, I wish I had all that money back, you know?
Yeah. That's crazy what they spend on. I just want to own it off.
Yeah.
No, man, I used to, I used to have a Toyota truck years ago, and the radio, and it took a while to warm up. And I'd go out and get it in the morning to go to work, and I'd turn it on, and it would get warm and come on like 2 minutes before I'd get to work. So I'd be riding through the dark going to work every morning.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I got off the I-40 on the Donaldson Pike to go to the airport, it'd come on. I'm like, man, I don't know.
Yeah.
I was just too cheap to get one.
Yeah. I had
my internet is jacking up, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. It won't bother our own audio only.
Okay.
Podcast listeners.
Do what?
I said it won't bother the audio only listeners. They won't even notice. But my very first vehicle I had was a 1980 Chevy Custom Deluxe, and it had the antenna in the windshield for the AM/FM radio. Mm-hmm. And you could listen to the radio, but every time you use your turn signal, the radio would cut when the blinker clicked. So, the audio would just like stop so the blinker could click. You know, so it was hilarious. But,
man, my first car, I think, was a 73 Ford Pinto. I think I've told you this before. Yeah. It was a Ford Pinto brown, and everybody at school called it the Pinto Bean because it was brown.
Yeah, that's a great name.
Had the 8-track in there.
Oh yeah.
Listening to the Isley Brothers. That was popular back whenever I was in high school.
Oh yeah, the Isley Brothers. I like the Isley Brothers, but I prefer the Everly Brothers. So
the Everly Brothers, okay.
Yeah.
Well. What?
So which singing brother duo that begins with the letter E do you prefer? Leave it in the comments. I guess Isley begins with an E. I don't really know.
No, it starts with an I.
Daggum. How about the singing brother duos that first letter is a vowel?
There you go.
I guess you got the Allman Brothers.
Yeah. The Osmonds.
The Osmonds.
Osmond brother.
Yeah.
Oh
man.
So don't say the Jackson 5 or I claim you had that Missouri education again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a Tennessee education thing.
Yeah. So were there any sibling groups that begin with the letter U?
I doubt it.
Oh, maybe that should be a Jeopardy category. Sibling musical groups that begin with a vowel. Be like from that movie, White Man Can't Jump. Foods that begin with the letter Q.
Gosh.
Oh.
Man, I forgot about that movie.
Oh, yeah. That's a classic.
Yeah, there was.
At least it is for people my age. It's a classic.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, that was a great movie. Yeah.
Man, we went and saw for $5 we went and saw Twister.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We
saw
that last week.
Did you?
So, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty decent.
It was good.
It was about what you thought it was going to be about. Tornadoes, but
yeah, we enjoyed it. We enjoyed it. What was really cool is we took Taylor. Of course, I've seen who knows how many movies in my life. So, plot points and things become pretty obvious on a lot of stuff.
Yeah. And
it's no different. It's still an entertaining movie, but it was great sitting there in the theater with her and watching her just take that ride, of suspense and stuff for really the first time, in a movie like that,
Yeah.
And there's one point she was sitting there, and there was a point too. I was sitting there with my mouth covered because he just, just just the thrill of it. But I tend to let myself get lost in movies, even though I could just sit there and watch them because it's more fun like that. If you ever ride a roller coaster with me, I will scream my head off, even though I love them, because it's more fun. I found out it's more fun if you scream. So, yeah.
No, I will not be getting on a roller coaster. I'm past all that, man. I get motion sick.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting that way too. But I'd always lose my voice the next day because I'd scream so much, and it was always fun to scream stuff that strangers who didn't know you, thought you would be serious, and the looks on their faces, So.
Well, didn't you say you went and saw Deadpool?
Yeah, Deadpool, Wolverine. Yep.
Yeah, that's the other movie that's on right now. It's been on. Both of them's been on a while since you were here. Both of them have been on.
Oh yeah, they're pretty popular.
I'm surprised they're still here. But
yeah, they're pretty popular.
Is that worth going seeing for $5?
Depends if you like Deadpool. If you like Deadpool, yes. If you don't, I'd pass. So, okay. I mean, it's fine. I liked it just because I love the MCU and I wanted to see what they were going to be doing with, since with this Fox merger to Disney and all the, IP that Fox had the movie rights to, like the X-Men and Deadpool and the Fantastic Four, how they were handling that, and what it was. And it was I don't want to say too much because there's a lot of, cameos and things in there, but it was a good closure on the Fox versions of Marvel superheroes. Yeah, Holly wasn't a fan, and she only went because I was going to take Alex, and he ended up having to work, and then so she was kind of my backup. But but she's not a fan of that real violent and kind of gory, and kind of R-rated teenage humor stuff. So yeah.
Well, man, it's not too much longer. We get into Burr months.
Yeah,
and then the first holiday we got coming up, which you call it a speed bump.
Yeah,
it's Halloween.
Yeah,
and I saw the advertisement for there's a new Tim Burton movie coming out.
Oh boy!
Well, it's not a new one, but I guess it's a remake.
Oh,
of a thing. What's his name? Oh shoot, can't think of it now. The
Tim
name of the
Burton.
movie. I might have to look it up.
Not a Tim Burton fan at all.
No. Well, you would. He wore black and white, and you'd say his name 3 times, and he'd appear.
Oh, Beetlejuice. Yeah,
Beetlejuice.
The sequel to Beetlejuice. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got a Beetlejuice movie coming out, and it looks pretty good. It's a little more creepy and a little more scary than the original.
I didn't like the first Beetlejuice.
You didn't?
No, I went to see it as a kid. I was supposed to like it. I didn't like it.
Well, I bet you liked Hocus Pocus, didn't you?
It was fine. Yeah, it was fine. Hocus Pocus was fine.
Yeah.
But even the first Batman he did, 89, it was okay. Mm-hmm. It was okay, but Batman Returns with Danny DeVito's Penguin, as a 16-year-old, I fell asleep at the theater watching it. I didn't understand Edward Scissorhands at all. And just not a fan. Just not a fan. I mean,
right.
I can't put my finger on it. It's just doesn't click with me. I understand why people do like it and love it. I do, but it just doesn't click with me. So,
yeah. Well, what's the scariest movie you ever saw at the theater?
At the theater?
Yeah.
That's going to be hard because I don't usually see scary movies because I scare easy.
All right. Well, what?
But at the theater, if I had to pick one, what scary movies have I seen at the theater? Not many. Probably like People Under the Stairs. Old Wes
I
Craven
never
movie.
saw that.
Yeah.
I remember that one, but I never
Yeah.
saw it.
Yeah. But I don't watch too many scary movies. My favorite scary movie of all time is the original 1978 Halloween. I love that movie.
Yeah.
And it's really good.
Man, I tell you a good one. Was the name of it was It? Wasn't that the name of it? About the clown
Oh,
that
yeah,
lived
yeah.
in the gutter or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty freaky.
Yeah. Yeah. You talking about the new ones or the old?
Now the new ones.
Yeah. I hadn't seen the new ones. I remember the old mini series that came out on ABC with Tim Curry playing Pennywise. Had like the judge from Night Court in there and some other people.
Yeah.
I think the guy that played John Boy on the Waltons was in it, maybe something like it.
John Boy.
Yeah. Yeah. But I like my movies to be more suspenseful and thrilling. I don't like a lot of jump scares.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's me, man. The thrillers and suspenseful, those are good. Because the jump scares, I mean, I have to honestly, if I'm home and it's like a scary movie, I have to watch it during the day.
Yeah.
Even that one I told you, Bone Tomahawk.
Uh-huh.
Had Kurt Russell in it. You know, that was a Western horror movie.
Right.
I had to watch it during the day, man. It's like I'm not watching this at night.
Yeah.
My dad,
when he watches a scary movie, he'll fast forward. You know, you know when a jump scare is coming, you know, and he'll fast forward to the jump scare, and then he'll rewind it and then watch it.
Oh, does he?
It was a whole lot easier when he had VHS tapes, you know, to be able to do that. But yeah. But I remember as a kid, like for whatever reason, Mom and Dad let me like watch Nightmare on Elm Street with them. I was like less than 10. And I think from then on, it was like, yeah, I don't like these things. Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, no, man. I'm like you, man. The jump scares. I'm always scared I'm gonna have a heart attack or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think I would, but
yeah. Here a few years ago, I had to watch the 1978 Halloween, and then the 2018 Halloween, which was like the new sequel to the first one, because they had just came out. And at the time, I hadn't seen either one, so I had to watch both of them. And I remember saying on that podcast, when I watched the 1978 Halloween,
yeah,
you know, it was at night. I got up and made sure all the doors were locked, and I went to bed. But when I watched a few days later, when I watched the 2018 Halloween and it was over, I just went to bed, you know, because it felt more like an action movie than like a horror movie, to me. But, yeah, The Strangers was the scariest movie Holly ever saw in the theater.
Strangers. I hadn't seen that one.
Yeah, it's these people are in this cabin in the middle of nowhere, and all these people come with like these creepy masks or something like that, like start terrorizing the house and breaking in and getting them. So
I hadn't seen that. Man, the scariest movie it just freaked me out because I don't like the subject is The Exorcist.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
The original one scared me and the new one scared me. Both of them.
Yeah.
Like I was sleeping with the lights on at night, man.
Yeah. I mean, The Exorcist is kind of like the original is a classic. You know, it's not quite as scary as it used to be, but it still holds up.
Still good.
Yeah. I watched not long ago. I watched Hereditary. And that's a real good creepy. I don't know if I'd call it scary, but it's real creepy and unsettling movie. It's a real mind game. It was really good. Really good. You know, and I'm like you. I'm not a big fan of the subject on stuff like Exorcist and all that stuff anyway. You know, and you know, and I always use this as an analogy when the Hallmark Christmas movies come around. Everybody's like, "Oh, they're all the same." Blah blah blah. They're all the same. And it's like, so are slasher movies, but you just don't watch 35 of them in a month. Right. You know, it's like they're all the same. But
and I'm looking here at popular horror movies.
And
there's some Wicker Man. Did you ever see Wicker Man?
Nope.
That was a good one.
Yeah, I probably yeah.
Jaws is on here. I didn't, but it's a 1975 Jaws.
Yeah, Jaws. The original Jaws was super scary.
Yeah,
I mean, not anymore, but time people were like even afraid to take a shower. So
The Omen in 1976.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh man, what was that one? Where the guy would eat people when he got put in prison. What was his name? What was the name of that one?
Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, Anthony Hopkins won an Oscar for that role, and he was like only in the movie for like 19 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, man, it was a memorable 19 minutes. I'll tell you that right now. That was good.
If you want an old scary movie that holds up, The Thing, 1982, The Thing with Kurt Russell.
Mm-hmm.
That holds up. It's got practical effects in it, and it's a real suspenseful. You don't know who to trust kind of movie. Yeah, that one really holds up. So,
man, here's one from 1922.
Yeah,
it's a horror film, and I don't know how you say it. The name of it is Nosferatu.
Huh.
This is a symphony of horror. That'd be cool. Just check that old, see what 1922 horror looked like, compared to now.
Yeah. Holly doesn't like scary stuff that could be true. She can deal with the made up scary stuff.
Yeah. How about Children of the Corn, Holly? Since you have kids.
Yeah. I do remember watching a lot of B movies, go to my friend's house and spend the night when we teenagers and watch USA Up All Night, where they play all those B movies like Basket Case and that one where that mentally challenged guy gets killed while he's hiding out in that scarecrow costume, and he comes back to get revenge and all those kind of goofy things.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, but it's just
man, there's a lot of good classic horror movies. If you're like I said, since we got Halloween coming up, but Amityville Horror, that was a good one back in the day.
Yeah. Is The Stuff on that list?
Is what?
The Stuff?
I hadn't seen it. What is that, man? I don't know what that is.
It's about this like ice cream stuff. I don't know what to call it, but it's like this ice cream stuff that you eat it, you turn into a zombie and start like killing people. And
I think you told me about that one time.
Yeah. And I don't remember much about it. I remember this one kid, everybody was his family was trying to make him eat the stuff, and instead he ate shaving cream so he wouldn't have to. And it was crazy.
Yeah, I think you told me about that one time.
Or Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Is that one on there? That's a good
one. I hadn't seen that one.
You hadn't seen the Attack of the Killer Tomatoes?
No, sir.
That is classic cinema right there. That's wonderful. It even became a children's cartoon.
I've never seen it, man.
Oh man, it's been forever since I've seen it.
Man, there's so many good ones.
Or Critters. Critters. I remember watching that one as a kid. Remember Critters?
No.
It was about these little fuzzy alien things that came down to eat people. So.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I don't like those kind of movies.
Yeah.
I'm not watching them, man.
Iron Doug said that one freaked him out as a kid. Didn't sleep well for weeks.
Yeah. It did.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a real guy in Wisconsin that the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is based off of, and that's really creepy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Could you imagine that, man?
Yeah. He was wearing women's faces and stuff. It was,
Oh my god.
yes, sick stuff.
Yeah.
But
And that what's that other one that's like Saw?
yeah, see, I'm not into
Um,
that like super gory stuff just to be gory.
me neither, brother.
There
Me
was
neither.
there was one kind of like sci-fi horror movie. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I guess in the mid '90s or so, called The Cube, and it's kind of futuristic, and it had all these people um, put in this like basically maze. It was like a 3D maze, a cube, and they get put in a room, and there was a door on each wall, but they have to pick the right door
Mm-hmm.
to go through to get all the way out. And if not, then like all these booby traps go off. You know, of course, you got like this guy with autism, you got like the jock and all the stereotypical stuff. But I remember
Yeah.
it being really, really good. Um, for whatever reason, I don't know how well it would hold up today, but it was a real interesting kind of concept.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's getting to be that time of year. I don't watch those kind of movies all the time, but they're fun
Yeah,
around Halloween for me.
yeah.
I like
I really enjoy
getting
Hitchcock.
popcorn and Coke.
Yeah, I really enjoy Hitchcock movies because they're more
Mm-hmm.
mental thrillers.
Yeah.
A movie like Signs, I absolutely love because it's a lot of, they don't show everything. It's kind of a mental play. I don't know if you've ever seen Signs.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen Signs.
Yeah.
Sure have.
Yeah. But
Yeah, I like that one too. That's a good one.
yeah.
And The Thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did
1982
you like
is The Thing. That's a good one.
did you like all those alien movies? Do you like those?
Yes, I do. I like the Alien movies and plan on go seeing that new one. They get pretty bad though, as far as, well, you know, Aliens was really good. And then there was really diminishing returns after that. But I do enjoy those. I don't mind the scary alien stuff. That's always been cool.
Man, every now and then I get in a mood where I want to watch black and white movies, old black and white movies,
Mm-hmm.
like the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Like I like having a Twilight Zone marathon on a cold day.
Yeah.
Rainy day. It's just fun.
Yeah. Holly loves the Twilight Zone. They used to be a Twilight Zone marathon on 4th of July where she lived, and she would always, said they always watch that.
And man, I got a buddy that I used to work with at American Airlines. His name is Dave, and we stay in touch. And did I tell you about that when he came through here when I was in West Virginia? Talking about the Twilight Zone, maybe thinking about it. This was last Saturday. He called me and he said, "Man," he said, "I'm in Jamestown. You want to have breakfast?" And I was like, "Dude, I'm in West Virginia." So what are you doing in Jamestown? Because he's never come up here, you know. And so he said that his son lives in Pine Knot, Kentucky. So he'd been up there visiting his son, and the quickest way is to come back through the Big South Fork National Park out there, and then come up here to 127, which is right at Jamestown, and turn left. And he said, so I came up and I went through Jamestown, and he said, "Man, where's all the people?" he said, "I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone." And I said, "Dude, that's it, man. That is all the people."
Yeah.
And then it was so funny because he said the night before, the first thing he said whenever I answered the phone, he asked me if I had breakfast, and I said, "What are you doing?" And he said, "Man, let me tell you, I came back from Pine Knot, Kentucky last night, and the dark is real up here." and this he's like 6'6", big old dude.
Yeah.
He said the dark is real, and I said, "Yeah, it is out there where you come through, man. It's pitch black because that's out towards where the star field is." And so he said, "Man, it was like 11 o'clock at night, and he said I finally saw these neon signs, this motel, and I pulled in there, and it was the Jordan Motel up there." He said, "Man, I've never been so glad to see see neon signs in my life." So he ended up staying there instead of continuing on to go back to Nashville. But
yeah.
it was funny hearing. And he said that there was two guys watching him, and he said it was like the Bates Motel. He said there was two guys watching him going in his motel room, and it's like, dude, there's nobody gonna bother you up here, you know. So
Yeah.
he was kind of freaked out, and he barricaded. He put the chair by the door, and he said, "Man, I was freaked out, and this is a big old dude, you know." It's like, man, everybody's friendly up here.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's fantastic. But well, guys, we thank you for joining us here on the porch. Remember to send us. Remember to like and review the podcast wherever you listen to podcast app. And if you do, let us know. We'll send you a sticker your way. We'd really appreciate it. And also, if you could, subscribe to the YouTube channel. That really helps us out quite a bit. But we appreciate everybody being here. We'd love to hear what you think. If you have any pictures you want to send us and show us, you can send them to us on direct message on Facebook or Instagram on the Porch Pod, or you can email them to us at joinusontheporch@gmail.com. But yeah, burr months are coming up.
They are.
Yeah, they are coming up fast. Won't be, well, heck. We'll got only one more episode before the burr months.
Yeah.
So, man, that's going to be awesome. But
we're going to get it together, man. We got the big holidays coming up.
Yeah, we are.
Can't wait. I know Doug and Arnie is they're hard at it already, man. Decorating their house.
They are. They're getting to it. So
I think they're going to be finished by the end of the week.
My mom's currently making cookie dough. So
is she?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
all right, good.
Yeah. So we are. It won't be long. We'll be in full swing of everything, and can't wait. But all right. Guys, again, thanks for joining us. Ken, take us home.
All right. Thanks everybody for listening to us out here on the porch with Todd and Ken, and we're gone.